Hello, hi everyone. Hello, hi everyone, welcome. Hi everyone, welcome to a new live stream. How's it going? I hope everything is great. Today we are going to talk about the Spanish word correr, and we're gonna talk about 5 different meanings, 5 different ways to use this verb. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I live stream. I usually live stream every week. So if you don't want to miss the streams out, just activate all the notifications. Turn on the notifications, that's for sure. Okay, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to our Cafecito members: Teresa Pocket, Robert Green, Tom Siebold, Ralph Marquez, Brianna L., Ruby Brockenberry, Christopher Michael, William Lopez, Gregory Ramirez, Michael Lee, and David Beaver. Thank you guys for the support. El cafecito está delicioso. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. If you like what I do and if you want to support this channel, you can also become a member. You only need to click on the join button down below to check out the perks and also the fee. It's a monthly fee. It's less than $3. So essentially, you're buying me a cup of coffee. I love coffee. I really love coffee. Thank you again, Cafecito members. Excellent. So we're going to talk about 5 meanings, 5 different meanings of correr. Correr is a basic verb that means to run. But sometimes the meaning changes. It depends on the situation. It depends on how you use this verb. And today we will talk about only 5 different ways. There's more. There's even like some common expressions using this verb. But today we're just gonna focus on the meanings. 5 different common meanings. Okay, so correr once again means to run. Okay, yo corro, tú corres, él corre, nosotros corremos. So that means I run, you run, he, she runs, we run, and so on. Okay, now let's look at the first meaning. We're going to talk about just 5 meanings, not too many, really, but they're really important to learn for sure. For sure, because if you hear some Spanish speakers saying correr and it doesn't mean running or run, you might get confused. You might be like, what is this person talking about? But anyways, the first meaning is, just let me change something really quick here. Oops. I don't know why the brush is all like that. There you go. That's better. Correr. Correr means to move. Sometimes it means to move. Oh, by the way, I'm live streaming. So if you want to ask questions, you can use the live chat. You can say hola, just like Bruce is saying. Buenas tardes, Bruce. How's it going? I hope everything is great. ¿Cómo estás? Espero que todo esté muy bien. The only thing, if you want to use the live chat, you need to be a subscriber. Okay? It's different. Members and subscribers are different. Okay? Subscribing is for free. Members, they support the channel by buying a membership. Anyways, so if you want to use the live chat, you need to be a subscriber. Excellent. So the first meaning, correr, also means to move. Correr means to move, not only to run, okay? But we're talking about moving things, okay? It could be also people moving. It's similar-ish to the Spanish verb mover. Mover means to move. It's a more literal translation of to move, mover. But correr sometimes can be used as well. For example, corre la mesa para tener más espacio. Corre la mesa para tener más espacio. Mesa. Mesa means table. Corre la mesa. Run the table? No, I don't think so. The meaning is, the meaning, excuse me. The meaning is move the table to have more space. Move the table to have more space. That's what it means. Corre la mesa. Okay? So if you are with your family and you want to do certain activity and you need some space for it, like Pictionary and whatnot, maybe, or if you're with your friends, of course, because your family probably speaks other language, other different language, not Spanish. But if you're with friends and your friends say, hey, corre la mesa para tener más espacio. So that means you need to move the table, or you should move the table to have more space. Okay, so that is peculiar for sure. That is interesting. Let's break this down. Corre. Just one sec. Corre. Corre in this situation means move. Corre. Okay? If you use it by itself, it also means something else that we'll talk about that in a few more minutes. But we're gonna focus on this meaning first, okay? To move. Corre, move, la mesa, the table, okay? Para, to, tener, have, más, more, espacio, space, more room, okay? Corre la mesa para tener más espacio, okay? So if you want to use a different verb other than mover in Spanish, you can use correr, okay? But it's more like you're just moving things around, okay? Because you need more space, because you need to, get closer to someone, okay? We'll see an example about that. So it's not as common as mover, but people can say this, okay? Correr can sometimes mean to move. Now let's look at the next example. It's a common verb, and some people say this a lot, for sure. The next example is corre la silla cerca de mí. Corre la silla cerca de mí, okay? Corre la silla cerca de mí. Okay? It's curious that you're using this verb almost like you're, commanding to do something. But it's not impolite. You can use it just to say, hey, just move something because we need this or that, right? Okay, this means move the chair closer to me. Okay, so that happens sometimes. you want to be closer to someone or the person wants to be close to you. So you can say, hey, move the chair closer. Okay. So that's something common for sure. That's a common thing. So corre, again, similar to this one right here. Corre, move. Okay. La silla, the chair. La silla. La mesa, the table. La silla, the chair. Okay. Cerca. Cerca means close. Okay. Cerca, close. De mí, to me. Okay. I know too, this word, if you translate it, is a, but remember that Spanish is a different language. So to me, sometimes a mí works. A mí, it depends on the situation, but de mí, corre la silla cerca de mí, makes sense when you're using it in this situation, when you need to move something close to or far from someone. In this situation, me means, oh, my arrow, oh my God. Me means me. Me means me. So that's an easy one to remember. Just remember the spelling is completely different and you need an accent mark on top of the letter I, because if you don't have it, it means my. Mi libro, my book, without the accent mark. With the accent mark, it means me. Me, me. Okay, so that's quite good, quite interesting. And important to remember so you know the differences. Okay, correr means to move. It's similar to the verb to move. Correr obviously means to run. That's the main meaning of correr. But in some situations, it means to move. Corre la mesa, corre la silla, and so on, okay? Usually you're asking people to move things because you need something like space, room, or because you want the person to be closer to you, okay? Or whatever reason. Maybe you need to put something else instead of having something there. So you can use this for sure. This verb for that particular situation. Excellent. Any questions? Hello, Vodka Dave. I like that username. Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Excellent. Just let me know if you have any questions. Now, the second meaning, guys, is correr means to move over. Okay, move over. Similar situation as the previous one. So you want someone to move over in this situation. Before it was like more move that chair, move that table, and so on. So, for example, ¿puedes correrte un poco hacia allá? ¿Puedes correrte un poco hacia allá? Maybe you're taking a picture and you can say this, or someone can say this if that person is taking a picture of you or a group of people. So, ¿puedes correrte un poco hacia allá? So this means, can you move over that way a little? Okay, so or maybe the person is in the way. I don't know. It could happen, right? You can just add please, por favor. Remember to be polite. That's important. ¿Puedes correrte un poco hacia allá? Can you move over that way a little bit? just a little. So let's break this down. Puedes. Puedes is a great word if you want to ask someone to do something. Puedes, it's great. It's great. It's polite. And I mean, it's not that formal. If you want to be formal, you can remove the letter S, puede, and that's formal, extra, mega polite. Okay, but informal but polite, puedes. Okay, puedes. Puede, super formal. Puedes, formal. Well, not formal, but informal but polite. Puedes. Puedes, you can use that with your friends, family. Puede is more like for people that you don't know at all, or someone who is your boss, for example. So that's an important difference. Puedes means can you, okay? Can you? Correrte. Correrte, we're using it in like a reflexive way. So you add the pronoun te, correr, te, okay? Correrte, move over, but you're saying it to a person, to you. Can you move over? Okay, puedes correrte. Un poco means a little. Hacia allá is a common phrase that means that way. Hacia allá, okay? It's an important phrase to remember. Hacia allá. Where did this person go? Hacia allá. That way, okay? So that's very important. Excellent. That is the first example. As you can see, now we're talking about a person, right? We're talking about, a move over, over there. So you can use correr in that situation. Usually you will have to add a pronoun, like a reflexive pronoun. Te, me, le, and so on. Excellent. Now the second example, or let's look at another example. Córrete un poco. Córrete un poco. Me estoy cayendo de la cama. Córrete un poco. Me estoy cayendo de la cama. Do you know what this means? This could happen. It could be a common thing for sure. This means move over a bit. I'm falling out of bed. Okay? So maybe you're sharing your bed, with your partner, and that person is just very comfortable, using pretty much more than half of the bed. So maybe you just need you need to let this person know, move over a bit, Córrete un poco. You can also say muévete. Okay, so mover also works in these situations. Puedes moverte un poco hacia allá. It's good, common thing to say. Or muévete un poco. Me estoy cayendo de la cama. That's also correct. But sometimes Spanish speakers will say corre. Okay, we'll use corre or correr, sorry. Córrete un poco. Me estoy cayendo de la cama. What does this mean? Move over a bit. I'm falling out of bed. Let's break this down. Córrete. Córrete means move over. Okay, it's a command. Un poco, you know what it means. We have it here. Un poco means a little, a bit, a little bit. Well, a little bit is un poquito, right? But un poco means a little or a bit, okay? Un poco, a bit. Me estoy means I am. You can also say yo me estoy, but yo, I mean, we don't use yo all the time. So me estoy is a more common way to say in the situation that you're, falling. Me estoy cayendo. Me estoy cayendo means I'm falling. Cayendo comes from the verb caer, another great Spanish verb. We can talk about it in a future lesson, but me estoy cayendo means I'm falling, okay? De la cama, out of bed. Cayendo de la cama is a whole, or not cayendo, this is conjugated of course, but caerse de la cama is a common phrase that means to fall out of bed. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it here so you know how to write it. Caerse de la, oops, one sec. Caerse de la cama means to fall out of bed. Yo me caigo de la cama. Tú te caes de la cama. Me caí de la cama. Okay? So that whole thing means to fall out of bed. Caerse de la cama. So remember that. But anyways, we're talking about correr. So sometimes correr means to move over. Okay? Córrete para allá. Move over there, okay? Or puedes correrte un poco hacia allá. Can you move over that way a little? Okay? Or córrete un poco. Me estoy cayendo de la cama. Move over a bit. I'm falling out of bed. Okay? I'm falling. Please help. It happens for sure. Any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Vodka Dave, I'm learning verbs with my Spanish teacher in the UK. Your lessons are extremely helpful to me. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the kind message. Thank you. I mean, I'm glad. I'm trying to make things easy here. I'm trying to make Spanish easy to understand and to especially understand, because Spanish can be a complicated language for sure. And every time someone tries to learn a language, a new language, man, it can be challenging. It doesn't matter what language you're trying to learn. You always have to, learn a lot. It's a lot of learning, which is pretty good. It's a great challenge. And the key is just to be constant. Just don't stop. Always. You need to learn always something new, even if it's one little thing, every day, for sure. Thank you again, Vodka Dave. Excellent. So now, the next meaning number 3, the third meaning is correr also means to hurry or to hurry up in some situations. It's all about situations here. It's all about situations. This is more like an expression, like when you say, hurry, we're going to be late, or hurry up, we need to go to this place, right? So it's more, we're talking about more like an expression here. We're talking about a common expression. And you will notice this particular word or conjugation of the verb correr. Corre, corre. Sometimes they say córrele, córrele. So it could be like that, with an accent mark on top of the letter O. Córrele. Okay? Córrele. Why? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe you can be late. Definitely. Córrele. Córrele. Okay. So córrele. Let's just leave it as it was. Corre. 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 Why? Why is that? Sorry about that. No vamos a llegar a tiempo. That is a great common phrase over here. The sentence, no vamos a llegar a tiempo. It's a long one, but commonly said in Spanish, along with corre. Corre, corre. It's almost like almost literal run, run. You gotta run. You cannot walk. You need to run, okay? But it's also used figuratively just to say hurry, okay? Hurry, hurry, hurry. We're not going to get there on time, okay? It's late. It's late. So let's break this down. Corre, corre. Corre means hurry. That's simple. No vamos a, it's a common phrase. That means we're not going to. So you can use it, oh my God, like in so many situations. No vamos a comer, no vamos a caminar, no vamos a estudiar, no vamos a, and so on. So we're not going to do something, essentially. In this situation, llegar is another great Spanish verb that means to arrive or to get to some place, okay? To get to some place. It could be, I don't know, a house, party, event, airport, and so on. We don't need to add there here in Spanish. Llegar, you can llegar allá. It's not common. It's more likely that you will hear no vamos a llegar a tiempo. Okay? We don't need to have there because llegar already kind of says it all. Like it says, hey, you're not gonna get there. Okay? Get to some place. A tiempo means on time. I know on in Spanish is en, but you cannot translate this word by word. That's why it's good to learn like phrases, so you can kind of place them together and you can have a longer sentence and say a lot, okay? If it's difficult for you to do that, just keep it short, right? But it's really useful to learn those little phrases. A tiempo, on time. A tiempo, okay? Tiempo means time and also the weather. Depends on the situation. But in this situation, it means time. A tiempo, on time. So corre is used as an expression just to say hurry. Hurry. Okay? Hurry. You can also mean it literally. Just run. You gotta run. You gotta run. But anyways, it's quite interesting for sure. Now, the second example is corre. Se está haciendo tarde. Another great sentence. Se está haciendo tarde. Corre, corre. So usually I would say my suggestion is to learn the word or the expression corre, corre, because you will use it to say to one person, corre. If you want to say this to a group of people, let's say your friends or family, you are going to some place with your friends or family, then you will change corre to corran. Okay. Corran. Corran. Please. Corran. Hurry up. Se está haciendo tarde. So I'm just going to leave it like that. The first example, corre, means that you're saying that to one person. Hurry. Corre. You, just singular you. Corre. Corran. You, plural. A group of people. Okay. So this means hurry up. It's getting late. Okay. This is similar to the Spanish expression apúrate, apúrense. Okay. Apurarse is, just let me put it here. Apurarse means to hurry. Okay. That means to hurry. So it's similar to that. Correr sometimes can mean that or be similar to this verb. Excellent. So, corran, you're saying this to a group of people. Thank you for the heart emojis. I love it. Thank you. Corran means hurry to a group of people. Se está haciendo tarde. This is like a whole phrase by itself. Okay? But se está, similar in this situation, means it's haciendo, getting. Okay? Se está haciendo. It's getting. So this is similar. This is used when you're talking about situations. For example, it's getting late, it's getting usually late, but let me think of a different word that we can place here. Se está haciendo de día. Se está haciendo de día. That's another thing that people say in Spanish, and that means it's, it's almost daytime. That's pretty much like you're saying, it's almost daytime. I know it's a completely different translation. You're not saying it's getting daytime, right? But it's similar to saying it's almost daytime. But when you have tarde, se está haciendo tarde, that means it's getting late. Tarde means afternoon. And it means late as well. So if you say se está haciendo tarde, it's getting late. Okay? Corran. Hurry up. Hurry up. Se está haciendo tarde. It's getting late. Okay? So that is what it means. Do you guys have any questions? It's crazy. Correr, who would have thought that you can use correr to say to hurry or to hurry up, or just to say hurry, corre, corran, hurry up. It's crazy. It's crazy. If someone tells you this and you don't know this meaning, it's like, what? You want me to literally run, or you just want me to hurry? Right? In this situation, it can mean both, literally or figuratively. Run as in hurry. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, just remember that. My God, I love the emojis. That's so cool. Okay. Awesome. Now, meaning number 4. Remember, today we're going to learn only 5 meanings. Very useful meanings for sure. Meaning number 4. Correr can mean to get fired. Did you know this? It's crazy. It's crazy. There's different ways to say to get fired in Spanish. One is correr. The other one is despedir. Despedir, which also means to say goodbye. Pretty much that happens when you get fired. They're saying goodbye to you, right? They're letting you go. But despedir means to get fired. Correr can also be similar to this verb, to get fired. Sad situation, but it's also a common one. For example, hoy me corrieron, and that's it. Sorry. Hoy me corrieron. Hoy me corrieron. A lot of R sounds. Definitely. Hoy me corrieron. Corrieron. So if someone says this to you, and in your mind you have, okay, correr means to run. So today they made you run? It sounds like something like that. Hoy me corrieron. No, we're talking about this. I got fired today. That's sad. That's sad. So just imagine the situation where the person is saying, oh my God, and why did they make you run for? Like, how long was that? How much did you have to run? Sounds crazy. It's too hot outside. Just kidding. Can you imagine? That'd be pretty funny. Anyways, hoy means today. You can place hoy in Spanish. You can place hoy at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. So you can say me corrieron hoy or hoy me corrieron. Same thing. Very flexible when talking about hoy, today, tomorrow, mañana. You can place those words at the beginning or at the end of your sentence. Hoy, today, me corrieron. I got fired. So why aren't we using yo? Yo corrieron, because that would be a literal translation. I got fired. Yo corrieron. It's crazy because the pronoun me, which means me, it's used a lot with verbs. Sometimes you can say yo, sometimes you say me, but when you have to use me, you have to have it there. With yo is, more flexible. You can have it or not. Yo como, I eat. Okay? If you say me como, it's a different thing. It's like you're saying you're eating yourself, and that sounds like a horror movie. But me is a reflexive pronoun. Me lavo las manos. I wash my hands myself. Okay, so it's reflexive. That happens in Spanish. I have a lesson about that. Feel free to browse my channel, and I talk about it. But correr, me corrieron, is the proper way to say I got fired. Okay, me. Remember that. Don't use yo. Okay, the next example is a Miguel lo correrán mañana. A Miguel lo correrán mañana. This means Miguel will get fired tomorrow. Okay, so once again, correr means to get fired. A Miguel is like saying to Miguel. It's a common thing in Spanish to have a Miguel, a ella, a él, a nosotros. Okay, so it's a way to say that something, the action, is directed to él, ella, Miguel, Maria, John, Anna, and so on. Okay, so you need a sometimes, okay? A Miguel. Lo correrán. We're using this lo. Lo is a very, very common thing to use in Spanish, and it's a pronoun. It means him, it means it, sometimes you. So it's a very flexible and versatile pronoun, but you need it for this situation because you have a Miguel lo correrán. So if you simplify this, Miguel correrán, you need a Miguel lo correrán, okay? Miguel will get fired, okay? So if you want to use this verb to, mean this, to get fired, you need to know how to place it, how does it work. First, you don't need the pronouns yo, tú, él, nosotros. You need me, te, le, nos, okay? Those reflexive pronouns. And then if you're talking about someone, then you use a Miguel, okay? And then lo, because we're talking about Miguel, okay? Him. Lo correrán. And then the simple word mañana, tomorrow. You see? Hoy, the beginning of the sentence, is placed at the beginning of the sentence, mañana at the end. So I could also say mañana a Miguel lo correrán, and that's fine, okay? Or me corrieron hoy, that's fine as well. And this as well, a Miguel lo correrán mañana. Miguel will get fired tomorrow. So just remember that simple placement. Well, it's simple-ish, that you have a, and then the subject, and then lo, and then correr, the verb correr. Now, you can change this, for example, a ellos. Ellos. Ellos means they, okay? They, masculine. Los. You need los because you're talking about ellos. Ellos is plural. A ellos los correrán mañana. So this means they will get fired tomorrow. Okay? You can change this to a ella. A ella los correrán mañana. No. You need la. A ella la correrán mañana. She will get fired tomorrow. Okay? So la can be a pronoun as well. It can be a definite article, feminine, the apple, la manzana. So that's a definite article, la. Okay? But la can also be a pronoun, and it means her. So she is like saying she will get fired. She will get fired. I don't know how. In English, it doesn't work. But in Spanish, it does. And it's the proper way. It's the proper way. A ella la correrán mañana. Now, a simple way to do this, if the person you're talking with knows about her, you can just say la correrán mañana. Okay? Same thing, she will get fired tomorrow. But it's good to know a different way that is also commonly used in Spanish. A ella la correrán mañana. She will get fired tomorrow. Okay, excellent. I know it can be, it's tricky. Tricky. It is. But it's not difficult. You just need to pay attention to the structure, to the sentence structure, and it's gonna work for you. Any questions? Ayúdame, por favor. Thanks for your content and instructions, maestra. De nada, muchas gracias. What? Interesting. Okay, welcome. Ayúdame, por favor. Excellent, guys. Excellent. Now, we have one last meaning. El último significado, meaning in Spanish, significado. It sounds like you're saying significant. It's almost the same spelling, but significado. Let me just, I'll tell you the spelling in a sec. Significado. Significado means meaning. Significados, meanings, of course. It looks like you're saying significant, but it's not. It's not. It's a different thing. Excellent. Last meaning, guys. Correr also means to run the risk of or to be in danger. What? Correr, besides meaning running or to run, it also means this: to run the risk of or to be in danger. But the key is you need other words with this. So just by itself, correr doesn't mean to run the risk of or to be in danger, but you need to add something else to it to make it work, to make it mean that, you know. Let's look at an example. Las personas corren el peligro de ser asaltadas en la calle. So this is a more advanced phrase. We're not talking about simple things. We're talking about something more complex, but common. It's a common thing. So don't get all scared. Las personas corren el peligro de ser asaltadas en la calle. This means people are in danger from being mugged in the streets. Okay, so it happens. I mean, it sucks, but it happens. So people, las personas, people. Technically, you're saying the people, right? But in English, it works like this: people, right? Las personas corren el peligro. So this is a key phrase right here. We're using correr, right? Corren, las personas corren. So that's obviously conjugated. El peligro. El peligro means the danger. Sometimes people will not say el. Sometimes they will say corren peligro. Okay? But both ways are good, are correct. Corren el peligro. So that means, you know, to be in danger. Corren el peligro. In this situation, people are in danger. Okay. Las personas corren el peligro. People are in danger. Okay. Or people, las personas corren peligro. People are in danger. Same thing. But you're just saying, you're using it because you're not saying that they're in danger right now. You're saying that they are in danger. I don't know when they can be mugged. right? So you don't know when, you're just saying that they have that going on. That's a problem. It's not happening right now. You're just saying your opinion on the situation. Okay? About the situation. You know, it can happen, especially if it's a big city. De ser, peligro de ser asaltadas, similar to saying from being mugged or just being mugged, essentially. De means from and of, okay? So people are in danger from being mugged or of being mugged en la calle, in the streets. Okay, en la calle is a very common phrase that means in the streets. I know in English, you're not saying singular street, in the street. The phrase is in the streets, but in Spanish is singular, en la calle. En la calle means any street, okay, or streets. If you say en las calles, it works. It's fine, but a common term, en la calle, means just in the streets. Okay? Correr peligro, to be in danger, to put yourself in a situation that can be dangerous. Okay? So that's what it means. Correr peligro, correr el peligro. Now, the next example, guys, the next example is not red. This is the last example. Yeah, we're almost done. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder todo. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder todo. What does this mean? This means Miguel runs the risk of losing everything. Okay, so correr el riesgo, we have two different phrases here. Correr peligro, correr el peligro. This one right here. Obviously, correr is conjugated. Correr el peligro or correr peligro means to be in danger. But when you add risk, I mean riesgo, which means risk, it's a different story. You're still, it's kind of similar-ish, but in English, we have to be in danger, to run the risk. In Spanish, you can use the same verb to say, to be in danger or to run the risk of. So you only have to change the last words. El peligro, danger. El riesgo, risk. Okay? Miguel means Miguel. Or I think in English is Mike. Miguel is Mike. That's like the similar name. Corre el riesgo, runs the risk of perder todo, losing everything. So I would add de to the phrase, correr el riesgo de, okay? So it's a complete verb/phrase to run the risk of, correr el riesgo de, okay? So perder means to lose. In English, losing in this situation works. I know that in Spanish is perdiendo, the gerund, perdiendo. But here, you don't need the gerund. You need the infinitive form of the verb. De perder, de comer, de caminar, de andar, okay? So we don't need the gerund here. Perder, we need perder. So that means the verb not conjugated, perder. Todo By the way, perder, yeah, it's a great verb as well, perder, because it's like, perder has also quite a few meanings. It means to lose, when you lose something, when you miss something, as in missing a chance. To waste, when talking about time. You made me waste my time. Me hiciste perder el tiempo. So it's a great great verb. We can talk about this one in the future for sure. But anyways, todo means everything. Todo, all or everything. Todo. So correr el riesgo de means to run the risk of. Correr peligro or correr el peligro means to be in danger. Okay? And also I would add de to this one right here. Just let me see, if you want to say to run the risk of, I would remember correr el riesgo de. Oops, sorry. Just let me fix that. Correr el riesgo de. To run the risk of. Okay? And to be in danger, correr el peligro de. So just like that. Sometimes you don't need this. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can use this, correr peligro de, to be in danger of, or or correr el peligro de, to be in danger. Okay? I think this one from, it will be more like off, right? People are in danger of being mugged in the streets. I think that works better. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. You know, when you learn a second language and you're bilingual, sometimes your brain you get I think it's called brain farts. So that happens for sure. Okay, do you guys have any questions about this? In this situation, you could even say, Miguel corre el riesgo de. Usually when talking about risks, you're talking about bad things, right? Because you could win, you could earn or not win everything. But if we're talking about money, you can get all the money or maybe none of the money, right? So usually when using these phrases, you're talking about risks. And for example, correr el riesgo de, you're saying, okay, what's the risk here? Losing everything, right? So it makes sense. Here, corren el peligro de ser. Did you notice here really quickly that you have the verb here after de, and they're both in the infinitive way? So just remember that. De ser, de perder. Okay? Las personas corren el riesgo de ser asaltadas en la calle. Or caerse, for example. That's a different way to say, not different way to say the same thing. We're talking about something completely different, but I just want to show you different things that you can say with the phrase. For example, las personas corren el peligro de caerse. De caerse, maybe because there's a hole or something like that. So it's people are in danger of falling pretty much, just falling because maybe there is a hole or something like that somewhere. So they could fall, right? So that is the danger, falling. We added the pronoun se. You cannot have it, but it sounds a little incomplete with this verb, caerse. You need that. Me caigo. I'm falling. I'm not saying yo caigo, right? So again, reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are everywhere in Spanish. But yeah, so that's another thing that you could say. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder. Usually when you run the risk of something, no, when when you're doing something and you might lose things, usually you use perder, but I'm just trying to change this to something else. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder todo. I cannot think of anything else right now. De ser, for example, despedido. That's a risk right there. So maybe Miguel is not doing a good job and he is running the risk of losing his job. But technically you're saying to get fired of, so it will be more like of getting fired. If you want to use correr as in getting fired, you remember that was another meaning of correr. Corre el riesgo de ser corrido. I don't know if corrido, de ser corrido, de ser corrido. De ser corrido. Technically, no, it would be more like de que lo corran. Yeah, that is better. Sorry about that. That is better. Miguel corre el riesgo de que, sorry, not ser, de que lo corran. Okay? So that works better. Miguel runs the risk of getting fired. Why not corrido? That's a good question. It could technically is fine, but this is something that it's more often said in Spanish. Miguel corre el riesgo de que lo corren. Miguel runs the risk of getting fired. So yes, that's interesting. It's probably because of how correr works. We talked about it previously, right? Despedir is a more like literal translation of getting fired, to get fired. Yeah, it's tricky. Okay, any questions? Yeah, I know correr has like so many meanings. Yeah, it's almost literal. Correr el riesgo de, to run the risk of. It's very much this like a literal translation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, positive depends. It depends on the situation, of course. It depends on what you want to say. Correr can mean different things, but today we just learned five different meanings, and it was pretty good. I mean, we had fun, a little bit of fun at the end, just playing around with the phrases, the sentences. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how one verb can mean different things, and there's even more things that we could learn about correr. But for today, we're just gonna stop. We're gonna stop because we can talk about more common phrases using the verb correr in the future. I talked about the most common meanings, so I mean, this is very common, and I just wanted to tell you all those meanings because if you hear them in Spanish, it can be confusing for sure. Because in your mind, you have like, you know that correr means to run, but it can be much more. It can mean so many things. But I mean, not too many. I just told you that some of the most common meanings of correr. And obviously you need more, right? You need context. Context is always important for sure. Vodka Dave, muchas gracias y buenas noches. De el Reino Unido, the UK. El Reino Unido. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Vodka Dave. I'm glad that you tuned in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, ayúdame por favor. Thank you for tuning in. Bruce McCormick. Thank you so much also. And if you like this stream, please give it a like. That helps me a lot. And if you want to support this channel even more, you can check out the membership. You just need to, the only membership I have on this channel, you can click on the join button to learn more about it, the perks and the fee, the monthly fee that is less than $3. But it's just, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, if you get a chance, please take a look. No pressure, of course, but it's there if you want to know more about it. I also have a Spanish community on Discord. If you want to join for free, you can find the link in the video description down below. The only thing you're gonna do though is you need to read the rules. Important. That's important. Otherwise, you're gonna get kicked out. So please read the rules. And also, well, I'm part of that Spanish community, so you can ask questions to me, to anybody there in the community. I think we're almost 75 people, something like that. Thank you so much, everyone who joined the community. I'm gonna try to be more active there, but it's free. It's free. You just need to read the rules. Please, that's important. And you can ask questions about Spanish, in English, in Spanish. You can practice your Spanish. And I mean, it's a Spanish community. You can just talk about Spanish all day long if you want to. Just don't spam, because that's one rule. Don't spam. Excellent. Take care. I'll see you next week. Remember to subscribe, and also, if you want to get notified every time I live stream, just activate that bell notification thing on YouTube. It's next to the subscribe button. And just turn on all the notifications. That's for sure. That's good. That's something good. Otherwise, you're going to miss out my streams. Take care. I'll see you next week. Adiós. Hasta la próxima. Bye.